Who are the 200 million army of horsemen? Are they humans driving tanks? Or are they spiritual beings with actual spiritual horses with heads similar to lions? In Revelation 9 verses 15 to 19, John says that after the sixth trumpet, the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth, and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. The first interpretation. These 200 million humans will be driving tanks, and they will be led by four spiritual beings, angels. For perspective, 130 million soldiers were the total number of soldiers during World War II. Some might think it is a stretch that it will be nearly double this. John is unable to understand what he sees, therefore he gets a vision, a closer look, and describes these things as best as he can. He is describing tanks or mobile cannons as horses, driven by humans. The muzzle of the tanks looks like lion's head, and out of the muzzle comes fire, smoke, and brimstone, in other words, the effects of gunpowder. In addition, the sound of the tank moving probably sounds like the roaring of a lion. Thus, John uses the description of the end of the muzzle as a lion's mouth. The rear of the tank has something like a demolition ball, or some whip, or it is a machine gun that fires like a snake's head. However, somehow the tail is not meant to kill them, but to hurt them. The second interpretation. These 200 million spiritual beings are riding spiritual horses with heads that look similar to lions. They are led by four angels, similar setup to the demonic locusts who earlier came out of the abyss. They were also led by an angel. John is unable to see them. They might be very small or a mirage, and only heard the number of them. To enable him to see clearly, a vision was given to him, similar to a vision given earlier of the one who is on the throne. John confirmed that he saw horses and that their heads are like heads of lions. John knew what horses look like, and what wheels, chariots, and farming carriages looked like, and could have referenced them if they were not living beings, or had similar components. These were horses, and out of their mouth goes fire, smoke, and brimstone. It is not hard to believe that God has prepared creatures who look like this, or can do this. For he himself was the first one who rained fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, and he also made a promise in Psalm 11 verse 6 that he will destroy the wicked with fire and brimstone. In conclusion, the safest interpretation is that these are actually 200 million spiritual beings riding spiritual horses with heads that look like lions. Out of their mouth goes fire, smoke, and brimstone, and their tail causes injury. The people of the world will not see these spiritual beings, but will see and experience their effects. This will continue for just over a year, where 1/3 of mankind will die, and many will be injured. Yeshua is returning soon. Be ready.
Don't forget to subscribe.